name is Ben. I'm from an organization Parkour ONE. I will tell you later about a little bit more. And today we want to talk and watch parkour. So the first thing you probably notice, parkour. What is this? Anyone raise your hand if you heard about parkour before? Yeah, it's this crazy guys jumping around, right? Yeah, it's not that. But before I get into the explaining part, we want to show you something. And as Julian said before, please just keep the legs and drinks and everything to yourself. Don't put it apart just for security reason that the guys don't fall. And yeah, we're going to start right now. Thank you, guys. Thanks very much. Okay, let's talk a little bit about parkour. Parkour is what we call it the art of efficient movement. So parkour is not a sport. The reason why I will also explain a little later. And it's about efficiency, which is also connected to the history of parkour. It is actually not a fun sport as the media calls it today. Parkour is something really, really serious because actually it's about a guy in the Vietnam War who had to save his life, who also laid the foundation for parkour. This guy actually had a son called David Bell. Anyone who Googles YouTube actually finds videos from David Bell in the early times. He learned from his father that he has to survive in an environment. So his father was a child soldier in the Vietnam War. He was forced to fight in little groups, had to find his way through the jungle, and he actually developed techniques to survive. And David wanted always to be like his father and admired him a lot, and trained really, really hard as a child also to be able to move like his father was able to. He inspired a lot of children and other kids in the town where he lived. They eventually started training as well. It was also the time where the internet actually was coming to every household, so it was really easy to get information about parkour. YouTube was introduced in 2005, which also helped to spread parkour all over the world. And right now you can say in every major city there are at least a few people who train parkour on a regular basis. Okay, some words to Parkour ONE. Our history doesn't go so far back. Parkour ONE was an idea which started in 2007, where we were kind of putting together the people in Germany and Switzerland who were the first in their areas who started training parkour. Was around 2000 to 2005. That's the area where people started training here in Germany. And we wanted to join forces a little bit against the media, who framed us as some adrenaline junkies who just want to go out and pretty much die every day or so. It's definitely not the case. Parkour is really about controlling your body, controlling your mind, and being able to do things the guys do. And today Parkour ONE splits in a community part where we really do non-profit projects, also a professional part where we teach. We have an own teaching system called Trust. And right now it's also new information. We're building at the moment 2 playgrounds in Berlin, especially made for parkour, to enable also people to like come to these places, start training, and actually get better in what they do. Parkour consists of a lot of basic techniques. We're going to show you something right now with the guys. The first thing we show you is the so-called precision jump. I don't see him. Tomek, where are you? Tomek's going to start first. We show you 3 different versions of it. Okay, Phil is doing it on the rail, which is also a bit hard to balance out. Thank you. And also in the right corner is Fleck doing it. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, the next one is the so-called passement. Sometimes we use the French words because parkour originated in France, so we pay a little respect to that. Yeah, Tomek starts again. Okay, Phil. Okay, and Fleck. Okay, you see, so it requires a lot of training. It looks really easy. It actually does always when people train very hard what they do. The next one is called demi-tour. So it enables us to quickly go around obstacles. Yeah, we again start with Phil. Tomek in the height. And Fleck again. Okay, cool. Okay, we have a few more. The next thing is balance. Balance is the basis of everything we do. You see when the guy's doing landings and everything else, balance is a very important thing. It's also different versions, so you're probably familiar with what Tomek in the middle is doing. It's like balancing on a rail. There's also static stuff Phil does. And when you're in a height like Fleck is, it's sometimes safer to use like 4 hands to have the best control. Okay. The next technique is so-called drop. It brings the guys down here. Yeah, Tomek starts up. Do your magic. Yeah, fast and efficient. Phil up there is next. He adds a roll. Roll is really important to take the impact you have when you do such jumps and put them on a wider space that your joints and muscles don't have to take all the energy. Last one is Fleck. Okay. Okay, now that the guys are here, for the last part of the show, I want them to go up again. You've seen this in the first presentation already. Fleck's going to start, moving upwards. Yep. Whoa, okay, one more try. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of training, and it needs to be grippy. Phil is up next. The wall isn't so high, so you can immediately go up and continue moving. And the last one, Tomek. Okay, just to remember, we were told this is like 5 meters or so. So, well done. One last thing before we change back to the guys and let them show what they can do. Parkour is actually something that is not just about movement. So right now you've seen a lot of moving things, but actually the main part of parkour training is in your head. You need to work with your fear, and you also need to be able to overcome obstacles, not only physically but also mentally. There are a lot of values we cherish, and we picked up 5 and use our fingers to represent them. So the first is the thumb, which stays for good or bad in our society. Something's good, something's bad. This is not a part of parkour. We know no competition at all. Parkour knows no comparison. The only fight, the only competition I have is with myself, that I want to be better than the day before. The second one, you probably also know, don't do this, la la la. For us it's pay attention to what you do. It's really important that you pay attention to your own body. If you're hurt or something, you can't do all the stuff you usually do. You also need to pay attention to the surroundings. Parkour is practice actually in public spaces. You always need to check every obstacle. If it's loose or something, then you can't. You also use it the way you used to. This third one, I put it in this direction. I show this to people I don't have respect for. For us, it's the opposite. Respect is really important. First, respect for your own body, because it's the only thing you have until the rest of your life, so you're going to be careful with it. The second one, as I said, we train outside. We need to have respect for our surroundings when we like jump on a broken branch or something, as long as it breaks. So when it breaks, then we can't train there anymore. So it's bad for the tree and bad for us as well. No one wins. The third thing, also, we have respect for the people who live in the area we train at, because we need their appreciation that we can continue come there to train. The fourth one, because, thank you. The first one, when you have a ring here, you gave someone your ultimate trust. Trust is also really important. It also comes with confidence. Self-confidence is something you gain through parkour training. You don't need to have it right at the beginning, but it comes through parkour training. The last one is modesty. It's because the smallest finger. Modesty is really important because, as you see, the guys can do stuff which is really amazing, and people tend to like go King Kong when they're told that they're really cool. For us, there's always a wall this is higher, always a jump this is farther, so we need to train all the time, which teaches us some modesty. If you put all the fingers together, you have a fist which actually stands for courage. Don't mistake it for like adrenaline junkies or kamikaze. Courage is really important to like be able to overcome your fear. Parkour teaches really to work on yourself every day, work on your weaknesses, which we think is like the hardest thing you can do. So actually, courage is really important also. When you're interested or want to have more information, go on Google, search for Parkour Berlin. Parkour is written with a K, it's like PK, and you will find us on the first hit. So, in the end, I want to have the guys show some stuff. This time, everyone goes on his own, because then it's, I think, easier to follow them. Thank you very much.